If you have trouble right now in the morning, whenever you wake up, to just get out of bed and work on what needs to be done, right? If there's no light, if there's no joy in inside of yourself, right? If you feel like the days are dull and the days just keep repeating, day after day, it's the same exact day. You might feel right now like there's no end to it, right? Like every single day is the exact same that you keep repeating and nothing really changes, ever changes. And it's always the same bullshit every single day. And that only means that right now you're purposeless. Right now you don't have a clear reason to get out of bed every single morning. You don't have that drive inside of you, and that's because you have no purpose. And every single time in my life, every single period in my life where I have been purposeless as well, every single time, it was hard for me to get out of bed. Every single time, whenever I needed to work, I always procrastinated. I always wanted to do like me- mentally not challenging things that were like easy, right? Every single time. I didn't want to put the efforts in every single time when I didn't have like a clear direction, a clear goal in my life. I wanted to waste as much time as possible. But every single time that I have had a purpose to follow, right? Goals to attain, then working was easy because I had that vision in front of me, right? Imagine right now you're in a car or you're running. That's a better example. You are running right now and you're running like a marathon. You'll be so much more motivated if you can clearly see the finish line ahead of you than for the first 42 kilometers, right? That's simply how it works because you see the end, right? You see the vision. So you get like a boost of motivation, you get a boost of dopamine. And this is like scientific, by the way. If you're able to clearly see like the ending of something, you're much more inclined to work on it and you get like a surge of dopamine to motivate you. So right now it feels like you have no motivation, no discipline, like nothing, right? No drive. And that's simply because you're part of the first 42 kilometers of a marathon. You don't have like that. You don't see that finish line in front of you. It's not there right now. It's not like you physically don't have a finish line in front of you. And that's because you have no purpose, right? You don't have that vision. And if you don't have that vision, how can you get the motivation to work on what needs to be done? It's impossible. But once you find that purpose, right? Once you take that time, once you take that like day or week, even like just having that introspection and trying to figure out what you really want to do, what really works for you, right? What really gets you up in the morning. Then you finally get that drive back. But I cannot help you with that. This is something that you have to do intrinsically. And the best way to do it is simply to not have any distractions right now. The best way for you to find out what is your true purpose is to have no distractions at all for like a week, and you try things. It's as simple as that. Your true purpose might be, I don't know. Let's say you want to work like with you want to be a doctor, right? You want to work with patients. But you cannot really find it out until you tried it, right? So you might want to help other people, like I don't know, volunteer work. You do volunteer work to find if this is really truly your purpose, right? you might think you're a writer, so for like a couple of days you try to write a book, like you really put yourself into it. But the important thing is when you try to figure it out, like whenever you take that period to figure it out, you need to have no distractions at all, because the only thing distraction gives, like, distractions are only escapism. And if you escape your true thoughts, right, your inner, like, if you don't try to find your inner peace, if you don't do that introspection, you can never truly know what's going on inside of you, right? And if you distract yourself, it's impossible for you to make those conclusions and to find yourself, right? Find your true self. It's like impossible. So this is why if you don't have a true purpose right now, you really, really need to just give up your phone, computer, video games, like anything for a week. And then you truly think. Like, take a piece of paper, write what you're, like, write things about yourself. Write things that you would think you would like to do. And just try them, like, for a week, and you'll see what clicks, you'll see what does not. And give it some efforts as well. Don't just pick up something and try it once and it's not for me. Sometimes you'll know, like, right away. Sometimes you'll know, but sometimes it's gonna be hard, right? Because you're just new at it, and you just need to keep pushing through. And every once in a while, like, you'll break through a wall, and you'll find that this is actually fun, and you enjoy doing whatever you just started doing, and you really enjoy it because you gave yourself that chance to enjoy it. But if you spend all of your time distracted, first, it's impossible for you to get those introspections, like to get that introspection about yourself. And secondly, you don't have time to try new things. And that's the two components that you need, the only two components to find your true purpose. Time to reflect about your true feelings and your inner self. And the actual, like, just time to try new things. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. And once you find that true purpose for you, you'll see that you gain, like, you gain a sense of purpose, which gives you drive. But it's really easy to forget that purpose. And this is where the hard part, like, this is where it gets hard, because you have to keep reminding yourself about your purpose, like, every single day, because otherwise you might lose it. And if you lose track of it, this is when, like, you fall into the same habit. This is why I have those pieces of paper taped to the wall. It's to remind myself every single time that I look at them, like, what's my purpose right now? What is my true purpose? And what is really important in my life? Because this is what you need. If it's not your true purpose, if you do things that are not aligned with your true purpose, you're just wasting time. And sometimes, like, it's really easy to do things and think, yeah, I'm doing things, or I'm doing good things right now. And then you take, like, I don't know, 2 minutes to think about what you just did, and it wasn't even in line with your purpose. You just did things for fun. So it's really important. Like, I really love having those pieces of paper on the wall, because it reminds me, like, every single morning, if I do this, this is aligned with my purpose. And it reminds me as well, like, it gives me, like, a motivation, because the thing with your purpose is it's really easy to lose it because it's so far ahead, right? Imagine yourself, you're in a 40, you're running a marathon. It's 42.2 kilometers or something like that. And it's really hard, right? It's really easy actually to get to feel motivated the whole way, because you don't see that finish line. But if you remind yourself the whole way, the finish line's coming. Like, the finish line is coming. I can see it. The finish line is coming. It gives you, like, that motivation, because if you were running a marathon And you would never know like when it ends. Like imagine you run for hours and hours and hours and you never know when it ends, right? You would give up eventually. But you know, like when you run a marathon, you know there's an end somewhere. And you would not run if there was no end. Like not running for fun, but like imagine your life is in day. Like you have to run, I don't know, like until you're exhausted. You would lose motivation or whatever. It's you would lose that motivation, but once you know, after like 2, 3, 4 hours, all right, I'm done running. Like I know there's an ending to it. You get that motivation to finish that run. And this is the exact same principle I'm trying to apply with those pieces of paper. It's to remind myself there's an ending to it. Like I do this for a reason. There's an ending to it. Don't lose sight of the ending. Like don't lose sight of it. And this is the really hard part. Finding your purpose is hard, but reminding yourself of your purpose is even harder. So now try it. Like go for a whole week of just detox and just deep thinking, and you'll really thank me once you do it. And once you have all those thoughts, right, put them on a piece of paper to truly remind yourself. Put the important things on a piece of paper, or multiple pieces of paper to remind yourself like how important it is, and to never lose that faith.